Grand Parade Investments today announced a new joint venture with the electronics contract manufacturer Tellumat. Here to talk about the JV is the Chief Executive of Tellumat, Andrew Connold. Welcome. So what is the rationale for the JV?
A number of things, but we're excited about Grand Parade Investments and their view on South Africa, particularly their view on localizing production of their gaming machines, which is a new venture for us. And those gaming machines combine electronics, software and mechanical integration, which is our business is ideally suited to. And they have plans to do more, and we're very excited about combining our expertise with their entrepreneurial spirit and success and growing a significant business together.
So it seems like it's going to add to your contract work because you are an EMS, and Grand Parade provides the contacts through to government. Is that how it's going to work?
They do provide contacts into a new market. I think that's more important to us. We have an existing market of contractors or companies that we contract out to in the avionics business, in the defense business, and also in the commercial sector, automotive sector, and we even do televisions as well. So we have our set of customers and they bring a new set of customers.
Is there any capital investment on either side?
It's actually Grand Parade are buying into our existing manufacturing business, which we are putting into a new company called Grand Tellumat Manufacturing, and that forms the capital base of the business.
And how much are they paying for it?
We've decided not to disclose the amount, but in the context of Grand Parade, it's a small investment for them. And from our point of view, we feel it's fair value. Not a big amount in the context of our business either. We're more interested in growing the business together and the production of the joint venture rather than making a good return on the
what is it? Companies so often say that, but what is the reason for not being transparent to your shareholders, to their shareholders? Okay. It's a public company.
What I can say is that the assets are valued at a fair value for the establishment of the company, which has been the manufacturing company, which has been running for some 50 years. And it's not a big investment by any means. We're talking about somewhere between 20 and 30 million.
Well, thank you for that. So how big is the potential market? I mean, how big is this going to be in terms of future sales?
Well, typically the business has been turning over somewhere between 100 and 130 million a year. We believe that with government's push on localization, and particularly around their own procurement, government's own procurement and the government infrastructure projects, we can certainly double that in the next 3 to 5 years, and potentially a lot more. The more government does push for localization of their own consumption of electronic goods, the more successful we will be. We aren't the only players in the market. We do have competitors, but we think we're very well positioned because we have very high quality standards, having played both in the defense sector and the avionics sector, as well as the consumer electronics sector. And we believe we can meet the market need.
What type of products are we talking about here?
Well, when it comes to the avionics sector, at the moment we are manufacturing for one of our...
So in terms of the JV, what kind of goods would actually government want?
Okay. Government is designating certain products. One of the main ones, or one of the most recently designated products, is electricity metering. So prepaid meters and smart meters. They've asked for a high local content, somewhere between 65 and 70% of the meter. So that's a typical example. But there are other products like the set-top box, when we come to the digital migration of terrestrial TV from the analog system to digital, that's another typical product. But we believe they'll go much further than that. And we're also looking at some of the infrastructure build projects like the rail build projects. And we are talking to the major contractors to supply those projects, fit them out with equipment, and there are various elements that we've pitched for to manufacture locally and give them the local content.
So you are an outsourced manufacturer.
That's correct.
So what is the markup like?
Well, we have to be competitive. We are competing with the East, and we find that we can do that quite readily except when it comes to their export incentives. That's where we do face some difficulties. So we do tend to stick to niches where they aren't major players. So the large consumer or large volume consumer products are not really the niches that we like to play in. We prefer to try to operate in those areas where a certain amount of specialization is required and perhaps some additional engineering to integrate a product into a local environment.
And how do you compete with the traditional high-tech manufacturers like India? I mean, do we have enough skills to compete?
I believe we do. We have to do quite a lot of in-service training of the people that we bring on board, but we certainly have demonstrated over the years that we can find those people and bring them up to speed such that they can operate at acceptable levels of quality. And when I talk about acceptable levels, to the likes of Grand Parade Investments partner Grand Mercure, who supply the gaming machines or the gaming machine technology. They were quite happy with the level of quality that we could deliver out of our factory. So we believe we can find the skills and with in-service training get them to the right levels.
So how long would the average technical training period be? Because this is a great thing that you are uplifting skills, but how long does it take you?
On the operator level, it's typically a month to 2 months to really get them working well. As we climb the chain or the value chain from a skills point of view, it gets longer and longer. A technician, for argument's sake, or an engineer fresh out of varsity will probably take a year to 2 years to get to that point where they really are productive in the business.
Okay, so important in South Africa is job creation. So are you creating any jobs through this?
Not initially, but as we start doing more on the gaming side with Grand Parade Investments, and as we do more on the rail side, yes, we will be creating more jobs.
And finally, before the interview, you mentioned that you're also looking at other new opportunities, like what?
Well, we'd like to find partners on the design side, and we do have a number of design houses in South Africa who we can partner with. Robotics is a particularly interesting one, which involves the elements of electronics, mechanics, and software.
And particularly fascinating one, but again, do we have the skills for that?
I believe we do. There's a number of universities training in mechatronics, and we believe they are putting out good skills.
Andrew, good luck with the JV. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
It was Andrew Connold, Chief Executive of Tellumat.